Diabetes is one of the most widespread yet poorly managed diseases in the world. It affects over 500 million people globally, and this number is rising every year. Despite all the available medical advancements, most diabetics continue to make one critical mistake that worsens their condition, leads to serious health complications, and in many cases, shortens their lifespan. What is this deadly mistake? The biggest mistake 99% of diabetics make is believing that medication alone is enough to manage their diabetes while neglecting critical lifestyle factors such as diet, exercise, blood sugar monitoring, stress management, hydration, and sleep. Many diabetics assume that as long as they take their prescribed insulin, metformin, or other diabetes drugs, they can continue eating the same foods and living the same lifestyle without any serious consequences. This belief is not just wrong, it's deadly. Before we continue, I'd like to tell you about Diacylon, a powerful blend of 13 natural ingredients, each carefully selected for their proven ability to support healthy blood sugar levels, enhance insulin sensitivity, and promote overall wellness. You can read more on diacylon.com. Diabetes is a progressive condition, meaning it gets worse over time if not properly managed. Every single day that diabetes is poorly controlled, silent damage is occurring inside the body, affecting the heart, kidneys, eyes, nerves, and blood vessels. Many diabetics don't realize how bad their condition has become until it's too late. When they experience vision loss, a heart attack, kidney failure, or even require limb amputation due to severe nerve damage. The good news? This doesn't have to be your fate. By understanding the biggest mistakes diabetics make and how to fix them, you can take control of your health, reduce or eliminate the need for medications, and even reverse prediabetes and early-stage type 2 diabetes. One of the most dangerous misconceptions about diabetes is the belief that taking medication is enough to manage blood sugar. Many diabetics assume that as long as they take their prescribed metformin, insulin, or other diabetes drugs, they don't have to change their diet, exercise routine, or lifestyle habits. This is a huge and deadly mistake. Diabetes is not just about high blood sugar. It is a disease of insulin resistance and metabolic dysfunction. Medications can help lower blood sugar temporarily, but they do nothing to address the underlying cause of diabetes, which is poor insulin function and an unhealthy diet. If diabetics continue to eat processed foods, refined carbohydrates, and sugary drinks, their insulin resistance will worsen, leading to higher medication doses, stronger drugs, and eventually complete insulin dependence. The truth is, medication should be a last resort, not the first line of defense. The most effective way to manage diabetes naturally is by focusing on a low-carb, high-fiber diet, regular physical activity, and stress management. By reducing processed carbs and sugars while eating whole, nutrient-dense foods like vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, diabetics can stabilize their blood sugar naturally. Paired with daily movement, proper sleep, and stress reduction, many diabetics can reduce or even eliminate their need for medication over time. Many diabetics make the critical mistake of only checking their blood sugar occasionally or only when they feel symptoms. This is a huge mistake because diabetes is often a silent disease. Blood sugar levels can remain high for months or even years without obvious symptoms. Yet severe damage is still occurring inside the body. Without frequent monitoring, diabetics have no way of knowing how their diet, exercise, and lifestyle habits are affecting their blood sugar. Certain foods, stress, dehydration, lack of sleep, and inactivity can all cause dangerous glucose spikes, but without tracking, these fluctuations go undetected. Over time, high blood sugar damages nerves, blood vessels, and organs, leading to diabetic neuropathy, kidney disease, vision loss, and even amputations. The best way to avoid this mistake is to check blood sugar regularly throughout the day. The most important times to test are before meals, 2 hours after eating, before bed, and after exercise. Using a continuous glucose monitor, CGM, can provide real-time data and help diabetics see exactly how different foods, activities, and stressors affect their blood sugar. Keeping a blood sugar journal can also help identify patterns and problem areas, allowing diabetics to make informed adjustments and prevent dangerous complications. A high-carb diet is the #1 driver of high blood sugar, Yet many diabetics still consume too many processed foods, including bread, pasta, rice, cereals, sodas, fruit juices, and desserts. Some diabetics believe that they can eat whatever they want as long as they take medication. This is one of the biggest reasons diabetes worsens over time. When a diabetic eats processed carbs or sugary foods, blood sugar spikes dramatically, forcing the pancreas to release large amounts of insulin. Over time, the body becomes resistant to insulin, meaning blood sugar stays elevated for longer periods, leading to worsening diabetes and an increased need for medication. This vicious cycle not only accelerates the disease, but also increases the risk of heart disease, obesity, and kidney failure. To manage diabetes effectively, it is essential to limit or eliminate processed carbohydrates and sugars. Instead of eating white bread, pasta, and cereals, diabetics should choose fiber-rich vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats that help stabilize blood sugar without triggering massive insulin spikes. Swapping sugary drinks for water, herbal tea, or unsweetened alternatives can also significantly reduce glucose fluctuations. The key is to focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods that nourish the body and support stable blood sugar levels. Many diabetics do not exercise regularly, and this is a deadly mistake. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to improve insulin sensitivity and naturally lower blood sugar levels. However, many people lead sedentary lifestyles, either due to work, lack of motivation, or the mistaken belief that exercise won't make a significant difference in their condition. When the body is inactive, glucose builds up in the bloodstream instead of being used as fuel for movement. This leads to higher blood sugar levels, increased insulin resistance, and weight gain, all of which make diabetes harder to control. Additionally, a lack of exercise increases the risk of heart disease, obesity, and high blood pressure, which are already major concerns for diabetics. To combat this, diabetics should aim for at least 30 minutes of physical activity per day. Simple exercises like walking, cycling, swimming, or strength training can have a powerful impact on blood sugar regulation. Even small lifestyle changes like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking farther away, or doing light stretches throughout the day can help keep glucose levels stable. The key is to stay active consistently and find activities that are enjoyable and sustainable. Many diabetics fail to realize that stress can dramatically raise blood sugar levels. When the body experiences stress, whether from work, relationships, finances, or even minor daily frustrations, it triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline. These stress hormones signal the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. Even if a diabetic follows a strict diet and takes their medication, chronic stress can still sabotage their progress. What makes stress even more dangerous is that it often leads to emotional eating and poor lifestyle choices. Under stress, people tend to crave high-carb, sugary comfort foods that worsen blood sugar control. Stress also disrupts sleep, making the body less responsive to insulin the next day. Over time, constant stress leads to long-term glucose imbalances, worsening insulin resistance, and increasing the risk of serious complications like heart disease and nerve damage. To combat stress-induced blood sugar spikes, diabetics should adopt effective stress management techniques. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, and mindfulness can help reduce cortisol levels and prevent glucose spikes. Engaging in relaxing activities such as walking in nature, listening to music, or practicing hobbies can also lower stress. Additionally, talking to a friend, therapist, or support group can help reduce emotional burdens and improve overall mental well-being. By managing stress proactively, diabetics can achieve better blood sugar control and overall health. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of high blood sugar. Many diabetics don't drink enough water throughout the day, leading to more concentrated blood glucose levels. When the body is dehydrated, the kidneys struggle to flush out excess glucose, resulting in higher blood sugar readings. Additionally, dehydration can worsen insulin resistance, making it harder for the body to process sugar efficiently. Many people confuse thirst with hunger and end up eating more food than necessary, further raising blood sugar levels. Sugary drinks like soda, fruit juices, and energy drinks only make things worse by spiking glucose levels even higher. The solution is simple. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Diabetics should aim for at least 8 to 10 glasses of water daily and more if they are physically active or live in a hot climate. Drinking water before meals can also help control appetite and prevent overeating. For those who struggle with hydration, setting reminders on a phone or keeping a water bottle nearby can be a helpful strategy. Proper hydration is a simple yet powerful way to keep blood sugar levels stable and prevent diabetes complications. Many diabetics underestimate the importance of good quality sleep, but research has shown that even one night of poor sleep can make the body more resistant to insulin. Sleep deprivation leads to hormonal imbalances that trigger increased hunger, sugar cravings, and higher blood sugar levels the next day. When the body doesn't get enough rest, it produces more cortisol, which increases blood sugar and makes diabetes harder to control. Additionally, a lack of sleep slows down metabolism, leading to weight gain and increased insulin resistance. Studies have found that people who sleep less than 6 hours per night are significantly more likely to develop type 2 diabetes and obesity. To improve sleep quality, diabetics should follow a consistent bedtime routine. This means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Reducing screen time before bed, avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, and creating a dark, cool, and quiet sleep environment can significantly improve sleep quality. If sleep disturbances persist, it's important to talk to a doctor to rule out conditions like sleep apnea, which is common in diabetics and can worsen blood sugar control. Skipping meals or eating at inconsistent times can cause blood sugar fluctuations and lead to insulin resistance over time. Many diabetics believe that skipping a meal will help lower blood sugar, but in reality, it often has the opposite effect. When the body goes for long periods without food, the liver releases stored glucose into the bloodstream, causing blood sugar to spike unexpectedly. On the other hand, eating large meals after long gaps can overwhelm the body with too much sugar at once, leading to high blood sugar levels and excessive insulin release. This pattern of irregular eating worsens metabolic function and makes diabetes harder to control. The best approach is to eat balanced meals at regular intervals. Diabetics should aim for 3 main meals and 1 or 2 small, healthy snacks per day to maintain steady blood sugar levels. Each meal should include fiber, protein, and healthy fats to slow down digestion and prevent glucose spikes. Instead of relying on quick, processed foods, planning meals in advance can help ensure consistent and nutritious eating habits. Many diabetics fall into the trap of eating too many so-called diabetes-friendly foods that are actually unhealthy. Products labeled as sugar-free, low-fat, or diabetic-friendly often contain hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, and processed ingredients that can still raise blood sugar and cause insulin resistance. For example, many sugar-free snacks use artificial sweeteners like maltitol, which can still raise blood glucose. Similarly, low-fat foods often contain extra sugars and starches to make up for the loss of flavor. Even some whole grain or gluten-free products may still be high in carbohydrates and cause blood sugar spikes. The best way to avoid this mistake is to focus on whole, unprocessed foods instead of packaged items with misleading labels. Fresh vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats are far better choices than any processed, diabetic-friendly snack. Reading ingredient labels carefully and choosing foods with minimal added sugars and artificial ingredients can help diabetics maintain better blood sugar control. Diabetes doesn't have to be a life sentence. By avoiding these deadly mistakes, diabetics can dramatically improve their health, stabilize their blood sugar, and prevent devastating complications. The key is awareness and action, understanding what causes blood sugar imbalances, and making daily choices that support long-term well-being. Your future health depends on the choices you make today. Start now, take control, and live a healthier, longer life.